Saving money is already hard, but saving money on a low income is even harder. So watch this video on how to save money on a low income and be able to effectively increase your saving through the paycheck that you're already making. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Jared and I give helpful bits, tips, and tricks every Friday on personal finance, stocks, and real estate. If you like any of the content on this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post each and every Friday on more helpful things for you. Now, this Friday's topic is about saving money on a low income. However, having a low income does not have to be all that bad. You can effectively save more money because you have less expenses as long as you know how to manage it and you have the knowledge and education to do so. And this video is going to give you that information right now. Always try to find cheaper housing if it's available and it makes sense. Now, this doesn't mean go ahead and just live in a dump. This just means that make sure your housing expenses do not cost you more than they should, and a golden rule of thumb is no more than 35% of your take-home pay should be dedicated to paying rent or a mortgage. Now, if you own where you live, you can consider renting out one or two of the bedrooms in your house or a room that you're currently not using to produce some income. You can do this renting it out via Airbnb, or you can rent this out month to month or on a lease. This can bring you extra income that you didn't already have before, and this will be able to help you save a little bit easier. Now, if you're still renting, chances are the place that you sign a lease on does not allow you to sublet. However, if they do, then go ahead and look into those options by being able to take one of the rooms that you're currently not using the same way that if you own the house, you can go ahead and rent that room out as long as the landlords are okay with it and it is not breaking the lease agreement. Also, keep an eye out on how much you spend on utilities and how much this costs you month to month. You can reduce certain costs by using things like electrical off-peak hours to run your dishwasher and your dryer and washing your clothes in general on those off-peak hours to lower the usage of your electric bill. And then you can do other savings programs that are available to you depending on which area and depending what company you use for your utilities to be able to save even more money. Now, if you're paying for a TV service, you can reduce costs here by cutting the cord. Usually paying for internet and one or two subscriptions is usually cheaper than a full-on cable package. You can also just call into your cable provider and see if they offer any promotional discounts that you can qualify for, and usually each year there's some kind of promotional. If you're nice to the customer service rep, they usually will give you something just for calling in anyway. The next thing to consider is, of course, lowering your debt levels if you're currently in debt. Now, this is an essential piece to the puzzle because if you're carrying a balance on your credit card, you're paying unnecessary interest, and this is eating into the amount of money that you can save each month. Now, the same thing goes if you do have any personal loans that you have taken out. These are high interest loans, and the sooner that you pay these off, the better, because you'll be able to allocate this money that you pay monthly plus the interest down to savings. Now, understanding that high interest debt can really eat into your savings, consider killing down this debt by using one of the methods such as the snowball method. Now, the snowball method focuses on you getting rid of the smaller debt first before you take out the larger ones. The theory is that you create enough momentum after over time paying interest and paying off the balance on the smaller ones that you're able to take out the larger ones more effectively, and you can repeat the cycle until you kill off all your debt. Now, even though there's other methods besides the snowball method that you can use, this method is pretty effective because it keeps you motivated as you see debt fall off of yourself. Once you see the debt falling off, you're more motivated to stay on track and kill off the larger debt. And as always, this will help you enforce healthy credit card habits like paying your statements off in full each month so you don't pay interest. Now that you've got your housing costs reasonable and you're managing your debt levels over time and you're getting extra money free from using the snowball method, you can start looking at taking account into a budget of what you spend money on so you can further enhance the effectiveness of being able to save more money. Now, with budgeting, there's so many methods you can use. Some of the popular ones are the 50-30 rule budget. You can also use cash only or envelope budgeting and the zero-sum budget as well. Make a list and check it twice of all the stuff you spend money on and see which ones are your wants and which ones are your needs, and see how much you actually need between the two of those. Things like eating out, going to the movies are nice to haves, but they're not needs, these are wants, and you can consider cutting back a little by little. So for example, if you've been going out 6 times a week, consider going out 5 times a week and taking the difference of what you normally spend on that 6th day and tossing that into somewhere where you're saving money. Think of it this way: if you're going to work Monday through Friday and you're spending money on lunch, and lunch costs you $10 a day, then you're spending $50 a week on food just to eat. And if you start cutting expenses like eating out, you can also start buying more groceries now, which will influence your eating habits to come cook and eat at home instead of spending money outside. This will also be able to give you more money, so essentially you get more bang for your buck, because normally you get more food buying your groceries than you would going outside for a restaurant and buying a couple drinks and one dinner plate. And as long as you buy good groceries that are healthy for you, you should in turn be able to live a healthier lifestyle and have a better diet, which can overall impact your life positively. Now, if you're really serious about saving money on a low income, then definitely trying the zero-sum budget is going to be your best bet, because this will make you account for every dollar that comes into your account, and each dollar needs a job. This holds you accountable for all the purchases you have to make, and at the end of the day, you end up usually finding some money that's left over or remaining that you can simply take and put into your savings. Now, if you're having trouble even squeezing money out of your budget because you make such a small amount, then consider just paying yourself first and then leaving everything up to your expenses. Paying yourself first basically means that as soon as you get a paycheck, take a minimum of $25 out of that paycheck and directly set it aside before you even spend it on expenses and your wants, and go and save that money in a different account. Now, if you can dedicate yourself and be consistent to taking out $25 minimum each month from a paycheck that you receive, then you'll be able, after 12 months, to save at least $300. And if you don't want to do this manually, most places like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America have features that will allow you, once you get a direct deposit, to be able to take a certain allotted amount of money out and put it into a different account, so it helps you pay yourself first. Now, if you need help overall just budgeting, you can use different free apps that you can get, like Mint. Mint is a great budgeting tool with a lot of features that you can use for free. They have things like bill payment tracker, fund warnings, automatically calculating your spending and putting them in categories and making budgets based off of those patterns. And you can also track investments like brokerage accounts and IRAs. Now, when you start separating the money that you've been getting from cutting back on certain things that you don't need in your budget and also paying off high interest loans, I recommend that you get a high yield savings account or an online savings account, and you can easily open that up in 5 to 10 minutes, and starting at a $1 minimum, you can easily get started today. I'm serious, you can open up literally this account in 5 to 10 minutes. Literally, pause this video, I'll wait for you. There, see how easy it was? If you want more information on that as well, I'll put a card up here so you can get more information on what online savings accounts are doing the best right now and what the rates currently look like. Now, if you've exhausted all of these options and there's no other options for you left, then there's only so much you can do with a low income. You must consider other options and alternative career employment opportunities for yourself, and what better way to do that than to improve your current skills during this time. Focus on gaining new skills or developing the current skills that you have to get better jobs that pay higher salaries. By going back to school or getting a license or certificate that's needed in your field, this will allow you to get a more competitive compensation package, which will allow you to save money easier and more effectively. In the short term, you could look at taking on more challenging work, which could help you get promoted or move to a different position in a place that you currently work. Figure out what's needed for you to increase your income, and normally if you ask upper management, they will tell you the steps necessary that you need to do, so it's not a matter of a guessing game. And if there's no steps available for you to move up, then well, it's probably time for you to move on. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned anything from this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every Friday I post new helpful bits, tips, and tricks for you. Make sure you hit the like button and leave me a comment down below if there's anything I missed or something you would like me to cover. Also, check me out on Twitter, where I talk about stocks and real estate daily, and you can also find me on Instagram, where I post more of these helpful bits, tips, and tricks in a shorter format to help you get inspired and motivated. Remember to keep your housing costs reasonable, under 35% of your take-home pay, and also remember to manage your debt levels and kill off high interest loans. Start cutting back on things you don't need and start learning how to budget and take control of your money that you already earn. Force yourself to pay yourself first, because remember that you are the best investment that you can make. Remember, the job that you're in now doesn't mean that this is a job that you're going to stay with. So always be looking towards the future and getting a better job, getting more pay, getting a better compensation package until you're ready to do your own thing and be financially free.